Hey, what's happening, DC Universe? It's me, the Guy01, and welcome back to our LEGO Marvel Superheroes walkthrough. In the last episode, we went through the X-Mansion, chasing around Mystique and Magneto as Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm, and Iceman, and Beast. And now, I believe we're picking up with the Fantastic Four, if I remember correctly, and we're on our way to Latveria. Now, we actually got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened this past week, stuff that's come out, stuff that's been released. So the first big thing I want to talk about is some DC stuff, specifically Batman stuff. Not all of it's good. There's actually some kind of upsetting news, but the big thing that's going around is that apparently Sebastian Stan has officially been cast to play Harvey Dent in the Batman Part 2. So, yeah, that guy came out of nowhere. Now, to be fair, there was something that was going around like a couple weeks ago where Sebastian Stan's like makeup person basically posted a picture of him when like a side-by-side with Harvey Dent, or like it was like a concept image of like him as Two-Face, so him in like the Two-Face makeup, or like what him in Two-Face makeup would look like. So that came out like a couple weeks ago, but it recently got like pretty much all but confirmed that he's playing Harvey Dent. And I think the dialogue between Thing and Johnny's getting messed up. Oop. Okay. Yeah, so that got messed up. We weren't supposed to see that. So now Thing's just kind of here. We broke the game. Yeah, he was supposed to disappear. Oh, there he goes. Now he disappeared. Alright, here we go. To the Fantastic Car. But yeah, so he'll be pulling double duty, it seems like. Because, you know, from what I understand,
Is it a bird?
Winter Soldier is still supposed to, you know, play a pretty big part in the MCU for a while, at least through Secret Wars. Who knows, maybe he... There's so many things that could happen in Doomsday and Secret Wars, and I am very much in, like, under the impression that Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to be Marvel's way of basically replacing a lot of people and, like, introducing all the new actors to play characters. And that there's a few reasons I think that, but the main one is just that, you know, for something like this, like, for Doomsday and Secret Wars, like, the whole thing is, like, multiverse stuff. And it's honestly just the perfect excuse and, like, the perfect explanation for, you know, them to get rid of...
Alter your shape into something useful here.
Yeah. Okay, just turn into a wheel. Hey, a Fantastic Car.
Well, you won't be needing a shower today.
What? Were you gonna shower in that thing? Okay. Weird. Alright. To Latveria.
Deep in Central Europe lies a small nation known as Latveria, ruled by Victor Von Doom. Don't let the rustic look of Dr. Doom's castle fool you. It has incredibly advanced weaponry hidden behind its stone walls. Even really good internet.
I'm sure he's got fiber or whatever.
You call it the Fantastica. Whew. Nice. Does it come with satellite radio?
Woo.
We're entering Latverian airspace. Local weather is dreary with an 80% chance of bad guys.
Thank you, Johnny.
50% chance of incoming bots.
Setting the Fantastic Car to autopilot so we can jump in.
You and George and I will secure the landing zone.
Okay. Do we have chutes? I can't even, like, see the studs.
I think we've been spotted.
No kidding.
Watch out.
Thing's so big, I can't even, like, see, like, the rings of studs.
What do you know?
I'm sure there's a mini kit here. Yep, there we go. Got it. I couldn't even hear what they were saying. I was focused on trying to get the mini kit. Ooh. Thanks, Sue. Oh, okay.
I saw this in a movie once.
That's actually really funny that this happened. Okay, because that was something else that came out.
Green Goblin's here.
Gobby.
Doom's hiring every baddie he can find. I wonder what kind of benefits he offers.
Must be decent.
Dental?
He's got an army of security guards, too.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Ben, I believe some clobbering's in order.
Say the thing.
You ruined my line.
Director Fury.
You can still say it.
We've been knocked off course.
Say the thing. Say the thing,
No use.
thing.
Something's interfering with our comm signal. Doom must have a jamming device in the closet.
But anyway, like I was saying, that was actually kind of funny that Reed turned into a parachute right there, because that was something that actually came out very recently where basically they were talking about how Mr. Fantastic's powers are going to get really like pushed in Doomsday and Secret Wars, and he's going to do stuff that he wasn't able to do in the Fantastic Four movie. And the thing they said specifically was that there's going to be a thing like where he turns into a parachute, or like that could be like one of the things he does. They were basically saying that like Reed's going to be able to do stuff with his powers that he's only ever been shown to do in the comics before, but now they're going to do it in live action. And yeah, like they specifically mentioned like him turning into a parachute, so that was actually kind of a funny coincidence that he did that in this in that cutscene. Man, this game, it's just like every week it's like something happens where it's like, or something we're talking about relates to something that happens in this game, and it's just like so happens to work out perfectly. Okay. Oh wait. Move it. There we go. Aha, we're up. Hello. Oh, there we go. But anyway, like I was saying before with Sebastian Stan, so he's playing Harvey Dent in the Batman 2, which is not Harvey Dent in the DCU, unless, you know, you're one of those people who still believes that the Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to be DCU Batman. Then I guess he would be then, but, I mean, that's a big if there. Can I do something here? I don't think so. Can I do something with this? Yeah, there we go. I'm a genius. I didn't even need the hint for that. I figured that out all on my own. Oop. We need Captain America's shield to defend beam attacks. Or we just need Invisible Woman, I guess. So I guess Invisible Woman's, like, telekinetic powers could also do that? Okay. Into the circle. I'm assuming I'm supposed to do that. Oh, there we go. Am I doing that right? I see stuff like moving when I... Yep. There we go. I guess I just wasn't hitting the right spot. But also, the thing with Sebastian Stan, he's credited as playing Harvey Dent, not necessarily Two-Face. Which, you know, doesn't really mean anything. He could very easily become Two-Face in the movie, which, you know, given what we know about the Batman 2, we know it's like set in like...
That dish looks like the source of the interference. We've got to disable it.
We know it's like set in the winter time, and we know that the big thing that came out was that it's going to feature a villain that has... Hey, there you go. Now he said it. Was that it was going to feature a villain that had never been depicted in live action before. So, character from the comics that had never been depicted in live action. So, you know, this could be, you know, the Batman 2 could be like a live action adaptation of The Long Halloween, which would make sense for, you know, then Harvey Dent to be involved, because he was a huge part of the Long Halloween story. That would also mean that it ends with him, you know, getting turned into Two-Face, most likely. Oop, leave you, Ben. Throw it. Alright, now we need Reed. What do you turn it into? A drill. Maybe we'll see this in the movie. Can you imagine Pedro Pascal just turns into like a power drill in Doomsday? Or Secret Wars? Why? Okay.
Come in. Fantastic Four, do you read me?
Loud and clear, Director Fury. We've taken down a comm tower that was blocking our signals.
I'm on the other side of the castle. We could do with some backup, quick.
We're on our way. First I want to get some studs. Alright, Sue. I'll let you take it from here. Maybe. Hello.
Why don't you show off your disappearing trick?
What? Oh, we're making steps. I get it. Wait, press tap A. Hey. Am I invisible now? Oh. Oh, it means later, okay. I was like, wait guys, I'm supposed to be invisible. This is supposed to be a stealth mission. Got him. Yeah, it's for this bit where I turn invisible. Alright. Now I'm invisible. Stay back, everyone. I got this. Hit it again.
You should be able to move certain objects with your powers.
Alright, now we got it up there. Ah! More henchmen. Another Batman news, this past week marked the 60th anniversary of the premiere of the 60s Batman show starring Adam West and Burt Ward. I made a little post on the main channel kind of talking about that. I wish I somehow that completely slipped my mind that, yeah, the 66 show, 2026, 60 years. That, yeah, just completely slipped my mind. I would have liked to do something a little bit more for that, but I don't think I would have had time to. Up we go. Hello. Oh yeah. Yeah, stop hitting that thing. I'm not helping the situation. Push. There we go. See, that's how you do it. You don't just hit it with a hammer. Alright, here we go, guys. Ben, I'm gonna need you. And I think Sue's stuck. Hopefully she'll unstick herself. Oh, hello. Let me in. I don't think I can. I think that's a wall. Alright. Sue, we need you. There we go. And now, read. In you go. And then our other bit of Batman news, and this is the news that's not really fun. The studio that developed Batman Arkham Shadow, the VR game, Camouflage Studios, it recently came out that they have basically been shut down as part of a restructuring that Meta is doing. So as of now, the company technically still exists, but they've basically let go the vast majority of the team. So only like a few people are even like still around or like even on the payroll. So yeah, it's not good. Well, hi Johnny. Oh, you're all the way over there. Don't worry, Johnny, we're on our way. But apparently there was a sequel for Arkham Shadow that was being developed, but it was actually being developed by a different company. It wasn't being developed by Camouflage. It was being developed by a company called Sanzaru Studios, but they also got shut down. But they were like straight up shut down because of this. So you know, you have the company that made Arkham Shadow, the production company that developed Arkham Shadow, and then you had the company that was in the middle of making the sequel. They get shut down, and now Camouflage, the company that made the first one, they're pretty much gone, more or less. Don't you turn that bridge off. No! Alright, Sue. I need you to go undercover. Sneaking in. Oop. I'm behind you. Stan, where are you? Unplug that. So now that door should open, which should allow Reed to come in and him to turn the bridge back on, right? Also, Stan Lee's somewhere around here. I heard him screaming. Stan's in trouble. I don't see him. I feel like I should be able to see him if he's somewhere around here. Right, pull that down. Up we go.
Hey, don't see you.
Hello, boys. This level seems to be going by kind of quick, actually. Unless there's a few more checkpoints we gotta hit. But I feel like you usually hit, like, True Believer right before, or pretty close to the end of the level. Like, that's like around the time you usually hit it. Alright, and then Ben, need you to pick that up and chuck it across the chasm. No, Jace, it's out of control. Ooh, we got our own turrets now. Fire! Oh. Oh, I thought those were like turrets. That would have been nice to have. Alright, here we go. Ow. Hey, we got Johnny on the team. The family's back together. Fighting Dr. Doom's henchmen on Latveria. Where is Stan? Stan, where are you? Oh, there's Fury.
I've got bad news. The only way to bring the lift down is to trigger the alarm, which I bet will bring us a lot of unwanted attention.
Triggering the alarm? Is this supposed to be a surprise attack?
I think we kind of lost that a while ago.
This might require some extra muscle power.
Yeah, but this requires some heat. Well, I'm still looking for Stan. Stan, where are you? I don't see him. Stan, buddy, where are you? Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm really stuck. Oh, there we go. I'm out. I'm free. Hey, mini kit. I was gonna say, is that something like we have to destroy 5 of them or something in order to get a mini kit? Nope, just one. Alright, I think we kind of skipped over some things, so let's backtrack a little bit. Maybe not. Sue's stuck. Sue, get out of there. Who can build this? This is Sue. Oh, okay, so there is something. There is another mini kit. So there's like stuff like frozen in ice that we gotta melt. I wonder how many of those we missed. I'm just gonna go back real quick and do one look over to see if any stick out to me. We don't have anyone with Spidey sense, so can't do that. Oh, here's one, I think. That's kind of cool that just him being near it melts it. And then our last little bit of DC news. It was recently announced that the upcoming Mr. Miracle, not Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Miracle, the upcoming Mr. Miracle animated series is part of the DCU. So even though it's an animated series, it is still in the DCU, which normally wouldn't be that big of news, but Darkseid's gonna appear on the show. So that means our introduction to the DCU Darkseid is going to happen in the Mr. Miracle cartoon. Okay. You know, I know people kind of get on James Gunn and DC for like all these like weird shows about all these like lesser known characters, and I know that's like his thing. He's really good at making people care about these like lesser known comic book characters and making them mainstream. I mean, we saw that with the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's like his you know, his biggest success with doing that kind of stuff. And you know, it's good to be able to do that because, you know, this is a problem that Marvel's, you know, now run into, now that it's been going for almost 20 years, the MCU has been going for almost 20 years. They've, all like the main notable characters, most of them, at least, have already run their course. I mean, there's a reason they're having to like bring back people that, you know, were off the table for a while in Doomsday and Secret Wars, because a few of them have already kind of reached the conclusion of their story. I mean, Iron Man's gone, Captain America retired, Black Widow's dead, Hulk's pretty much retired. Like, all these characters have run their course. There's nothing left for them to do now. Or there's something more for them to do with these characters. So you need to, you know, introduce, you know, some of the lesser known characters and, you know, get fans to care about them, because they're going to be the ones kind of taking over and filling those shoes. And you know why it's okay for DC to do that as well. I feel like they're kind of rushing to that point a little fast. I mean, like I was saying, like, yeah, you know, no problem with getting, you know, stuff with lesser known characters. And I'm sure it's probably not like going to be a bad show or anything, but it's like, that's not going to bring in new audiences, like, or, yeah, that's not going to bring in new audiences. You're kind of you need those big name people like Superman, like Batman, like Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. Hopefully Lanterns does that. You know, do the big characters first, get the people, you know, hook them in with those characters, the ones they know and recognize, and then once they're in, then you can start introducing these more obscure characters, once you've already got the audience in, because, I mean, even DC fans don't really care as much for Mr. Miracle as they would for Batman. So it's kind of like, it's like, okay, because it almost comes across as that they've run out of ideas, or that they don't know what to do with the big characters, because it's like, okay, we've already resorted to using these super obscure, lesser known characters, and we're not doing anything with like Batman or the Justice League. It's like, you should have, you know, you should have plenty of story potential with those guys left. You haven't done anything with them yet, so the fact that they're already doing stuff with all these like lesser known characters is a little worrisome. And again, it's kind of weird that, you know, Darkseid is going to get introduced in the Mr. Miracle show? Oh, okay. I mean, I kind of felt the same way about Brainiac getting introduced in the second... about... I kind of felt the same way about Brainiac getting introduced in Superman 2. I was like, oh, I feel like he's a big enough character that he should be like introduced in the Justice League movie. Like, he's the reason they team up for the first time. Like, he's what brings them together. He's an Avengers level threat. Because he is. Because I also hope they don't fall into the same trap that Marvel fell into, where they always kill the villains at the end. Because that's another thing. It's not just the heroes where like you very quickly run out of stuff to do with them because the characters run their course. The villains, you very quickly run out of villains if you keep killing them off at the end of their first appearance. Alright, here we go. And up. Guess not. Try again. Okay, maybe Thing needs to do it. Maybe it needs to be heavier. Get out of my way, John. There we go. Up we go.
No Spider-Man? Sure, I do so enjoy winding him up.
I can't hear you. Speak up. he's talking, but you can't hear him. Like, I can barely hear him, so I know the camera's not picking that up. Alright, so I think Johnny's been taken out of action. That was quick. Whoa.
I'll deal with you myself.
I didn't even have to do anything.
We need to get him off the board.
It's called a glider. Show some respect. Alright, here we go. Now the music's like really kicking in. Alright, calm down.
This is your strong point, big guy.
Hey, you. Big guy. Ow, you threw a pumpkin bomb at me. Oops, sorry, Sue. The pumpkin bomb just like bounced off a thing. There you go, thing. Here's something more your speed.
Rock, you think you can stop me?
There you go. Got him. Norman, you do not want to get in a fist fight with Thing. I'm just like taking my time. Great. More Doom henchmen. But there is some Marvel news as well. Basically just some stuff about kind of talking about Doomsday and Secret Wars. But something that got mentioned that I thought was interesting was we know that the big thing post Secret Wars is that this next like saga of the MCU is mainly going to focus on mutants and the X-Men. So we've had like the Infinity Saga, the Multiverse Saga, and then after Secret Wars we're going to go into like the Mutant Saga. And something that came out recently is that this next phase of the MCU is going to feature 2 Wolverines. One of them being Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and then the other Wolverine who will be Hugh Jackman's replacement for the MCU, and will be the person playing the MCU Wolverine. So that very well could happen, like they could get introduced. Like this second Wolverine, this new Wolverine could very easily get introduced. Ow! Hey, knock that off. Alright, Fury. Finish him off. Dang it. I had him lined up and everything. Pumpkin bomb. Open fire! Dang it. So I get the feeling that Secret Wars is going to be how like all like these new people are going to get introduced. Like I very much believe that we're going to get our new X-Men cast introduced in Secret Wars. You know, we'll get the old people. We'll get like James Marsden, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen. And then in Secret Wars, we're going to meet variants of all of them, and we're going to meet their replacements, the people who are going to be not the Fantastic Four, the people who are going to be the X-Men for the MCU, like the MCU's X-Men, the ones for that universe. You get the feeling Secret Wars is how they're going to get introduced. And that could also go for other people like Wolverine. I could totally see them introducing a new Wolverine at that same time as well. Hiya! Oh, dang it. Hiya! Die. He's alive. Speaking of Doomsday.
Fools, don't force me to use Dr. Doom's Doom Ray of Doom.
Does that look like a ray gun to you, Reed?
Usually ray guns use focused light, whereas this appears to use cosmic energy. Why don't you just ask him? Villains love to talk about their stuff. Hey, Doom, what is that thing?
Oh, you'd like to see it in action?
No.
Very well.
Oh, is that not like real Doom? Oh, it is real Doom. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely a shorter level. And now we got the whole Fantastic Four unlocked. And Nick Fury unlocked. Okay, so it doesn't work, is what was going on there. The Doom's gun doesn't work. So Loki had to make it look like it worked. Yeah, for a second there I was wondering if like the Doom that we were looking at, like the Doctor Doom, was like not hallucination, but like whatever, projection, whatever you call it, that Loki was creating. But no, that was real Doom, and he still doesn't really know how the cosmic bricks work, apparently. And continue story.
Shield helicarrier, this is Fury. Hill, are you there?
Here, sir.
Listen, we've located our silver friend. We'll bring him back to the carrier. Doom is taking off with Loki. That's a bad match. Bad for us, I mean.
Hey, Tony.
Okay.
We can.
Just like you can track me anywhere, apparently.
They're headed out to sea, sir.
Contact Professor X and see if he can spare some mutants to help us track down all of Doom's associates.
Yes, sir.
Get out of here, Tony.
Loki and Dr. Doom are heading out over the ocean, possibly looking for more cosmic bricks. We need you to fly out there and find them.
Well, we'll get to that next week.
What will you be thinking, associating with this villainous Doom character? Some bash some sense in him.
Take it easy, Hammerhead. We need to find him first.
Iron Man and Thor are gonna go brick hunting, but that'll be next week. And then the last bit of news to talk about that's, I guess, worth talking about is Kathleen Kennedy officially announced that she is stepping down as president of Lucasfilm. There was a rumor going around for a while that she had been like fired. I mean, that rumor had been going around for years, ever since like really the Star Wars sequel trilogy came out, and you know, the negative reception that those got. People were like, oh, Disney's furious with her, Lucasfilm is furious with her, they're gonna fire her. It's like they're done with her after the failure. It's like there's been so many of like, you can probably like find so many videos on YouTube saying like with titles like Disney cuts ties with Kennedy after, you know, Star Wars failure, or after Star Wars flops, or some stuff like that. Or like Star Wars fails, Disney furious with Kennedy, you know, whatever. She didn't get fired, she's stepping down, and she's being replaced with Dave Filoni, and Lin-Manuel Brenna, who I'm not too familiar with, but you know, Dave Filoni, he's Clone Wars, he's the Clone Wars guy. He's the guy who people have been wanting to run Star Wars for the last decade. Like, it's him and Sam Witwer. They're like, just like the two of them. It was him, Sam Witwer, and Jon Favreau. It's like, let them run Lucasfilm, let them run Star Wars. Because, you know, they're fans, they respect it, but they also know how to handle and deal with these like big franchises and do them justice. And they know how to, you know, make content for it, how to make stories with these characters within this universe that, you know, you know, both honor and respect what came before, but also move the story forward and, you know, introduce new characters and stories to keep the franchise going. So we'll have to see how all of that plays out and see if this brings people back to Star Wars or back to Lucasfilm. Because I know that for a while there, people were pretty much were kind of pushed away from it just because of Kathleen Kennedy and the kind of stuff she was doing, and people were like, I'm done with Star Wars. As long as she's in charge, I'm not, you know, I'm giving up on it. So we'll see if, you know, her stepping down and getting replaced with Dave Filoni brings any goodwill to the franchise. But anyway, that does it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make movies at the time. Stay tuned for next week where we continue our Lego Star Wars. Or not Lego Star Wars. Lego Marvel Superheroes walkthrough. The Teen Titans video just came out on the main channel. I mentioned this last week. I wanted to do something a bit more in depth with that, but just didn't have time. But I don't know. I thought it's still a fun short video. So go ahead and check that out on the main channel. Hope you guys enjoyed. Guy01, Iron Man, and Thor. Signing out. Bye, guys.